think you don't know how to trust, but that's not quite it. What you really mean is I don't know how to trust when I can feel they're praying for an excuse not to. And you've been taught that there's different kinds of trust. Romantic, friendship, family, sexual. Like they live by different rules, and failing in one doesn't mean you'll fail in another. But those are just costumes on the same fracture. Different names for the same middleman in your head. The interpreter, the one who takes every pause, every unread message, every breath between words and rewrites it into a verdict against you. But here's another part under your floorboards. I'm going to just tell you what's going on. Because you really believe that trust is inherently good. And it's not. It's not. Trust is neutral. It's just where you stop resisting. And if you stop resisting the wrong thing, you'll call it loyalty while it hollers you out. Because you could trust the wound to stay open. You can. You could trust the silence to never call you back. Yep. You could trust someone to hurt you exactly the same way they did before. Because trust is not the prize. I just want you to understand that presence is. And if the thing that you're trusting doesn't lead you back to that, then it doesn't matter how much of you give. You're still not safe. You're just still. Because I want you to understand. Trust, the loss of trust is the same break in every category, no matter what you say it is. It's the loss of stillness between two people. It's the moment we stop being able to sit in quiet together without naming it, managing it, or guarding against its absence. And if you want this back, if you want trust back, I gotta let you know that to relearn trust, you gotta unlearn the interpreter. So you gotta hear his voice. You gotta listen for that instant narration that turns hesitation into betrayal. But once you catch that, you need to also look for your pinholes in his voice. Because there's probably moments, maybe years old, where presence started to slip through unedited it. And you need to hold that. You need to hold those moments and don't explain them away with some storyline. But you also need to take a risk. You do. Right? And having a shared witness. You got to give somebody your truth without rehearsing their answer. And if they meet you without turning it into a story or a defense, that's when it's worth staying. That's when trust is worth keeping. But this is the part that people don't understand. That once you do this in one place, you could do it everywhere because trust was never different to begin with. It was always just the stillness of being with somebody. That's what trust is, without needing to manage the silence to survive it. So you're gonna need more than trust. You're gonna need what you lost that broke trust in the first place. Your presence. That's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need way more than trust. Because once you have your presence back, you'll stop needing them to be perfect, to be real. And once you do that, in love, in friendship, in relationship, I mean everything, and whatever you want to call it, you'll be free. You'll be free. Because that's the thing you were never told to do, to be present. Just work. It's the only thing you ever needed to hear. And I'm not saying trust means everything gotta go easy, that you just gotta believe a narrative. In fact, I think that if you do hear a narrative, if you do hear your truth being put in a narrative, you gotta understand you're just a character in that storyline. Just a character. So that's just my POV on this kind of thing. Like, at least with trust. Dealing with trust is tough, dude. Dealing with trust is tough. I was talking to somebody else about it, and they literally was like, I don't know if I trust somebody. I think it's hard.